are instilled with that same love. So in order for you to be able to be wrapped in love, in order for you to be able to love your fellow man when he gets on your nerve, love your wife when she is on your last nerve, love your husband when he ain't doing what he needs to be doing, love that co-worker who you can't stand when you walk in the building every day. In order for you to be able to love them in a proper way, you got to put God in his proper place.
Come on, Pastor, come on.
I didn't come to stand before you long, but I want to just try to give you something that will help you in 2016. I can look at some of you and tell that 2015 hasn't been good to you. I can look at you and tell, some of you have gone through some things. And some of you have gone through some things because you have the wrong understanding. Some of you have gone through some things because you haven't been able to love properly. But I hope that Isaiah will be able to help you understand what it is that you need to get to the place that you need to get.
All right.
In the 6th chapter of Isaiah, if you're there, you respond by saying amen. Those of you that would like to stand, you're more than welcome to amen. It simply says that in the year that King Uzziah died,
come on, Pastor.
I also saw the Lord sitting upon a throne high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood seraphims, each one had 6 wings, and with twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly. And one cried one to another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then Isaiah said, Then I said, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Verse 6 says, Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongues from off the altar. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this hath touched my lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sins are purged. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. I'd like to talk to you from the subject just for a few minutes, putting God in his proper place. If you're going to be wrapped in love for 2016, you've got to put God in his proper place. Isaiah was one who had the good life, amen. He was a priest, and he had been a priest for a long time. And just like some of you, life had been the norm. He had been spending his time living his life out the way that he saw fit to live it out. He was pleased in what he was doing. But one thing was missing from Brother Isaiah. He was not happy in where he was. Although some of us think that we're happy because we've got the good jobs and we live in nice homes and we have nice clothes, and some of us have our 2.5 children. We think that life is peaches and cream. But in reality, there are some things that are missing. And the only way that Isaiah was able to see what was missing is that the king had to die. Come on, somebody.
Come on, Pastor.
See, there are some of you that are living life, living in the lap of luxury, and you don't know what it is to be without something. But I come to tell you this evening that in order for you to have the love of God in your life, sometimes things have to be removed. That's the only way that you can see things clearly, is have some things removed. How many of you have had lostness in your life? How many of you have lost a job or lost a loved one, something that was near and dear to you, and for some reason God decided to just take it out of the picture, and you didn't know what you was going to do? Maybe it was that boo that you had been dating for a long time, and you thought that he was the creme de la creme, and all of a sudden he dropped you like a bad habit. You didn't know what you were going to do. Maybe it was that job that you've been working for 25 or 30 years, and you were looking forward to retiring, getting your 401k or your 403b, and then all of a sudden they walked in and said that we've got to lay you off. Maybe it was a sickness that all of a sudden they crept up on you. You went to the doctor and they found a spot on your lung or on your liver or something that you didn't expect to see pregnancy, and all of a sudden you were swirled into a life of illness. Couldn't get well, went to all the doctors, like the lady who had the issue of blood, spent all that you had, but still couldn't get well. See, it was in the year that the king died that Isaiah saw the Lord. See, sometimes God has got to take things out of your life in order for you to see him for who he is.
Yes, sir.
Before I take my seat, I've got to give you a few points, and I'm going to give. In order for you to be wrapped in love,